Alright, Tyrone, what I want you to do is look up leisure activities. Do you know what leisure activities are?
No.
They're going to be activities that you can kind of do in your free time that aren't work or that are like with your family. You can do them with your family because there's group leisure activities and then there's independent leisure activities. So what I want you to do is find 3 activities that you're interested in and interested in participating in. And I want these ones to be group that you could do with people or at least find people to hang out with to do these with. And so it can be groups that you meet weekly or something that you do every day, but something that interests you that you can develop some of these leisure skills and hobbies on your own. So go ahead and find 3 of those and we'll discuss them.
Okay, so in that last video, that was an example of working on leisure skills. And that's a really important thing to target. A lot of the people that we work with have deficits in leisure skills or they're not age appropriate, and that's going to be a barrier for them socially. So we really want to help develop that, and we want to help them learn how to develop it themselves as well. So what I mean by that is in that last video, we had Tyrone searching on the internet and things like that to find interest rather than just telling him, here, this is the interest that you're going to work on. So I wanted to talk to Carlos a little bit about what that process looks like for him and his clients and how he helps develop those skills and interests. So my first question for you is, how do you pick interests and how do you develop them? What does that look like for you?
Well, for a lot of our clients, they have been sheltered or haven't had too many experiences. So it's really good to kind of show them different things that they could be open to. So the first thing is I'd like to show them things that I'm interested in. And if they take to it, great. And if they don't, we look and move on. The public libraries and places in the community also have a lot of resources and free groups, which is also very important for the population we work with because they might not have too much money. So things that are free or low cost are also really important. If none of those stick, it's really important to do things that they enjoy because it is their leisure skills. So there's been times where I've had to suck it up and do something that I am not quite fond of and just kind of do it and learn about it. And sometimes it is something fun to try as well. So getting them to do that and also keeping it age and peer level appropriate. So you shouldn't be getting together with a 21-year-old and like a 14-year-old. You should try to do things in groups of similar ages that you would see maybe a group of 23-year-olds doing on a Friday night. Things like watching basketball together or going to like an open mic night or trivia, those kind of things. Not necessarily going and watching like a Disney movie. So yeah.
Okay, great. So what if they have 0 interest and are completely unmotivated to develop any new interests or hobbies?
Sure. If they're unmotivated, which happens quite a bit, they want to stick in their normal routine of watching TV or staying at home, video games. So to increase those social leisure activities, I do like to bring in other peers, hopefully some that are motivated already have some interest rather than hearing it from their therapist. Usually that helps, just the social implications, and also you can work on the leisure as well as the social goals as well.
A lot of our clients that we work with have quite a bit of anxiety when starting something new. How do you help them through that if that's part of the barrier?
Sure. A lot of the anxiety before even getting the social part is that we'll introduce the thing, whether we're watching videos on YouTube or we'll do it just in the home if we can. And that way they can get whatever leisure skill is down or at least have an understanding of it before exposing them to for a bowling alley or something, taking them there where there's loud noises and other sensory things as well as the social stuff on top of it. So just being able to foreshadow and practice before you actually get into social situations where it might hurt them socially.
Right. Okay. So then my last question for you is, what do you do with existing interests that might not be appropriate?
Sure. With the existing ones, for example, there are some young adults that might still watch like SpongeBob or things like that that are not age appropriate, especially to do hey, let's have some buddies over and eat pizza and watch SpongeBob, where that socially is inappropriate. So we try to limit those activities or make sure that those activities are just individual time, and even then try to limit those because then there is more social implications for that. If a 23, 24-year-old is talking about a cartoon that is geared for a 10-year-old in conversation and small talk, that's going to be looked down upon by the other person socially in their groups.